Hello and welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be crafting from my stash to make upcycled home decor using just what I have on hand. So let's get started. For the first project, I'm using the bottom section from a Lazy Susan, and I'm not quite sure what this metal was from, but I think maybe a candle sconce. I started by cutting off a small section from the wood round. I then glued the wood piece to the metal ring using E6000 and then set it aside to dry. Next, I used a silicone mold and some air-dry clay to decorate the edge. I just added this element because I'm making it for my own home and I wanted it to have a decorative edge. Once the clay was dry, I gave it a coat of paint. When the paint was dry, I sealed it with some antiquing wax. To finish it, I added some antique gold wax to highlight the clay design. For the next project, I'm using a metal sign. I'm putting the design on the back of the sign instead of the front. I started by using some assorted molds and some air-dry clay and adding some decorative elements around the edges of the metal. I'm trying to use up this open pack of clay because it's starting to dry out, even though it's stored in 2 plastic bags. Once I had all the clay attached, I set it aside to dry. I then gave it a coat of paint. I would have used chalkboard paint for this, but I didn't have any on hand, so I just had to use the regular black paint. When the paint was dry, I added gold wax to the clay detail. To finish it, I dug through my box of resin pieces and found some small ones, and then I painted those and added a magnet to the back of them. For the last project, I'm using a bottle from Dollar Tree and some air dry clay. Yes, I still have some left from that pack. I started by rolling out a thin layer of clay and cutting it into a small rectangle. I then glued the clay to the top of the bottle and gave it kind of a scrunched ruffle look. Next, I added another piece of clay along the bottom of the first piece. I made this to resemble a ribbon. I then used a fondant mold and made a clay bow and added that to the front and then let it dry overnight. When the clay was dry, I filled any voids between the scrunched clay and the bottle with hot glue. I then added clay over top of the glue using water to smooth out the clay. When the clay was dry, I gave it a coat of paint. I sprayed the glass with a coat of clear sealer to give it some tooth and then painted that as well. To finish it, I gave it a coat of metallic wax paste. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed these quick and easy projects, and I'll see you in the next video.